This is Matt Coyne, host of The Cheap Seats. Thank you for listening to the following broadcast here on Public House Media.
Hey, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you come back check out my show, Viviendo una Vida en Balance, where we talk about life hacks to live in balance, and this show is in Spanish. A new show comes out every Sunday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode on Viviendo una Vida en Balance. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know why you're truly here to be. If today were the last day of your life, would you want to do what you're doing or what you're about to do today? The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Those are all quotes by Steve Jobs, and all things that I think embody what we talk about here at Choose to Rise and everything that we do here at Public House Media. Another quote is, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Good morning. Welcome to Public House Media. Welcome to Choose to Rise. I am so glad that you're here with me this morning. Today, I have just been inspired by several Steve Jobs quotes lately. And, so I thought, hey, let's find some tips and tricks from Steve Jobs and let's share those. He and I seem to have a few of the same kind of inner thoughts, inner things going on together. So let's talk about what Steve Jobs, some lessons from him. Beautiful mind, beautiful man, in the fact that he really knew what he wanted. He knew what his purpose was in life. He was going for greatness, and greatness is defined as, moving forward in the way that is going to work for you, taking steps forward instead of thinking about what the limitations are. You're thinking about what can become and what the opportunities are for you in this life. And so this morning, as we kind of jump into the weekend, a Labor Day weekend, thinking about our jobs, thinking about all the things that we can celebrate the fact that we have so many blessings in this world. Today, I want to talk to you about 9 inspirational lessons from Steve Jobs. And, he created beautiful things. He's always created beautiful things. And his goal in life was not about making a ton of money. It was not about, being the best. It was about creating a beautiful product, something that was going to serve and help other people. And so this morning, as we go through these 9 inspirational lessons from Steve Jobs, I hope that you find something inspirational, that you can apply them to your life. And that, as I was reading through them, and kind of thinking about some of the things that he's accomplished and the things that he's done, there was so many awesome things that happen with this. So there's so many correlations to life and what we always talk about here on Choose to Rise. So here we go. First, I want to thank the Public House Media and all of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on live here with me. Thank you for watching in the podcast or listening in the podcast. And I so appreciate you. If you would just take a screenshot of what you're doing and share it out in the rest of the world, it takes less than 3 seconds and it would mean so much to us. Hey, thanks for jumping on this morning. All right, we're going to talk about following our heart. We're going to talk about the 9 lessons from Steve Jobs, an amazing man who created so many beautiful things and believed in so many amazing things, and kind of the pinnacle of like what you can do in life when you believe in yourself. So kind of the first lesson is follow your heart. Almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these are things that just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what's really truly important. And oftentimes a lot of people when they get to their deathbed, there's a few things that they regret in life, and one of them is not taking better care of themselves. One of them is not or being afraid of doing something in their life. So remembering that you are going to die at some point, remembering that your life here on this earth is limited, that The best way to avoid the trap of being regretful is to follow your heart now. And, there's no reason not to follow your heart. There's no reason not to pursue your dreams because, you never know when your last day is going to be here on this earth, and you can always, do something differently in your heart and your mind. Everything that is about in your life is a choice. And the reason where you are in your current situation is because of a series of choices that you've made along the way. And you can choose differently if you want something else in your life. You can make a choice to get out of the struggle. You can make a choice to rise up where you're at. You can make a choice to follow your heart and live in the true purpose of what God made you to be. The second thing that you can do, a lesson from Steve, is trust yourself. He had to have a lot of trust in himself, and he had to cultivate a lot of trust from other people to make his big ideas happen. So many people didn't believe what he wanted, what he would come up with in his mind that would work. And a lot of his engineers, a lot of the people that worked for him would say, that's not possible. But he trusted himself, and through his leadership, he was able to help a lot of other people trust him too. You can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can only really connect them by looking backwards. So you have to trust the dots will somehow connect for your future. You have to trust in something, whether it's your gut, whether it's your destiny, life, karma, whatever, believing in God that he's walking you down a path that's going to get you where you want to be, where he has intended you for you to be. This approach is never going to let you down. Trusting the little voice inside of you, trusting the little nudges that happen in life to keep you moving forward. Trusting those things will never let you down. God will never forsake you. He is always for you. So listen to him, go with it, and trust yourself and trust the little nudges that come your way. It will all make a difference in your life. The third life lesson from Steve, it says, love what you do. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. Many of us work a 9-to-5 job, or or longer, and a good chunk of your day, a good chunk of your life is going to be filled with work. And so the only way to be truly satisfied in what you do is to believe it is great work. Believe that is the only job that you were ever meant to do. It is the greatest work that you have ever achieved, and it is something that you love to do. Why spend the bulk of your life doing something that you're not fired up about? Why do something in your life that is not something that fulfills you? If you are in that position, go find something that does fulfill you. It may mean a dip in the short term. It may mean, a completely career change. It may mean, something different, but you can work your way there. You don't have to go cold turkey and flip to something completely different, but work to do something that you love every single day. And, the work that you do should fill you up, should fire you up, should be satisfactory at the end of the day for you. Number 4, go for a home run. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people aren't used to the environment where excellence is expected. So 1 home run is much better than 2 doubles, is what he wrote here. And so go for the home run. Go for things that are glorious, are amazing. Don't sell yourself short is basically what he's saying here. You can go for the single, you can play it safe and just get on base, or you can really hammer it out and really go for the glory and go for the big things and go for the big accomplishments in life. And you never really truly know how far you're going to go until you really push yourself outside of your comfort zone and really go for it. The 5th thing that he talks about is that pick carefully. People think focus means saying yes to the thing that you've got to focus in on. It means saying no to the hundreds of other good ideas that are out there. And you have to pick carefully. You have to really hone in on the things that are going to be extra special to you, the ones that really fire you up, the ones that really get you going. Pick carefully the things of life that you really want to achieve. Go for the big goals. Write out all the things that would mean so much to you in this life, in this world, and then really focus in on one of them or 2 of them that are going to make the biggest impact in your life. So there are going to be lots of things that come your way. There's going to be lots of ideas that come your past. There's going to be lots of things and lots of ideas and things that people are going to want you to pursue. But you have to remember what your purpose is, what your goals are, and stay to those situations. There's a quote that says, "What's for you will not pass you." If there's an idea or a nudging or something that keeps coming to you that's saying, you need to work on this, you need to work on this, and then go do it. Listen to that nudge. That's kind of one of those things from before. But what's for you will not pass you. And so, pick carefully in the things that come your way. There are ideas floating around everywhere. There's a book called Big Magic Magic that is a beautiful book. You should totally read it. I can't not think of the author right now, but I think it's Elizabeth Gilbert maybe. But it's called Big Magic, and it's all about bringing ideas into fruition, of listening to the universe and God, who is sending you these messages of like, this is what you should do. And somebody is going to get an idea comes to you, and if you don't take action on it, it's going to go find somebody else. And so, but if it's really for you, it will come back to you. Number 6, work hard to make it simple. Design is not what it looks like or it feels like. Design is how it works. Simple can be harder than complex. So you have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. So work hard to make it simple. Have you ever heard the KISS method? Keep it simple, silly. A lot of times people overcomplicate things. We make it so hard on ourselves to do simple things. Like for instance, when women come to me and they want support in nutrition, or they want support in fitness, or they want, just a healthier lifestyle, we overcomplicate things by, thinking that we have to have this specific diet and eat this, not that, and cut that out, part of something bigger in this world. Your goal is to design and develop and to bring something amazing to this world, because you can, and trust the consequences of that. People will like what you're doing, that people will enjoy the product that you make, or they'll enjoy the service that you provide, and all of that will come into making money. But if you focus on making money, if your number one goal is to make money in life, it's going to be a lot harder to do, because that's what you're going to focus on, and that's the struggle may be there. And so focus on the product, the gift, the service, the relationships, all of those things. And when you can cultivate those things, then the money just follows it after that. So definitely for sure, in this coaching business that I'm on, I am doing this full time, so I am supporting my family, but the number one goal is not to make money. It is to support you and to other people in living a healthy and valuable life. This goal of this podcast is not to make money. It is to serve other people and lift them up and encourage them, and to help just improve mindsets overall, because there is enough hate in the world. We don't need more of that. We need more love in this world, and sharing and helping people understand that they are worth it and they are valuable is a valuable thing. And the last lesson from number 9, last lesson from Mr. Steve Jobs, it says, don't lose faith. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. This one I think is funny, because he had a lot of people doubt him in his days. He had a lot of people who said, no, that's not possible. He had a lot of people that would say, you want us to do this by when? And he would cut it in half when they would say that, like not in a year's time, but now you only have 6 months to make it happen. And he dared to go big. He dared to make big things possible and believe that they were. And then he did. And so he's just a great example of what faith looks like, of what true belief looks like, of what you can accomplish when you have unshakable faith that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And, Apple back in the day was this little company that started with one computer, and now they are the premier product of everything. I'm guessing that a good 60, 70, maybe even 80%, I could go out on a limb and say 80% of people that are listening to this podcast or watching live here are watching on a Mac of some sort, or listening on an iPhone. And like those all these ideas came from these creative blessings that came into his life. So Steve Jobs was the push for all this stuff. He's the epitome of what you can do when you put your mind to something, and just an inspiration for all of us. So take some of these lessons that he's taught us today and apply them to your life. How can you not lose faith in what you're doing? How can you make your goal not about money, but about doing great things in life? Stealing great ideas and being really good at implementing them. And what's for you will not pass you. So keep moving forward with those good ideas. Work hard to make it simple, right? Don't overcomplicate life. Don't overcomplicate the things. Just go for it and do them and have fun doing it. Pick carefully. There's going to be lots of ideas that come to you, but pick the things that mean the most to you, that are going to have the biggest impact for you and the biggest impact on others. Go for the home run. Don't play small. Don't worry about, just getting on base or just surviving. Really go for the glory. Go for the big things in life, and you'll get so much farther when you go for bigger things. Love what you do. This one is so important, that you are only guaranteed so much time on this earth. And actually, we're never guaranteed any time on this earth, but we only have so much time on this earth. So love what you do, and love every part of your life, that whether you're working or you're playing or you're with family or all of those things. Trust yourself that what you're doing is what you love, and that what God's provided you as an opportunity to go bless other people. And number one thing that he taught us was to follow your heart. Follow your heart in everything that you do, all the expectations that are out there in this world. Follow your heart and do the things that God's made you to do, because he's given every single one of us a purpose. And this really kind of started with my devotional the other day, which was knowing your potential. And 1 Corinthians says, whether then you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all in the glory of God. Everything God formed us, he created us with a purpose in mind, and we can trust that God knew our potential even before the moment of our conception. So we can use what we are to give him glory. There is no greater gift we can give to God than becoming what he has meant us to be. And so by following your heart, trusting yourself, living life out loud, going for the home run, all of those things, that is going to be helping us live out the potential that God's given us. He's going to give you the nudges. He's going to give you the signs. He's going to give you everything that is going to help you walk down the path that he's created for you. And I pray and I hope that you're able to see those things, that your eyes and your ears are open to watching and looking for those things, and that you can walk in that way today, that you can walk in that way in your future, and that you will be connected to him and have just so much love and prosperity in your life, that you're able to rise up out of your current struggles and live your best life. So many of us have struggles in our life because we're walking off the path that God's created for us. If we can get back on the path, life will just go a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. We're not guaranteed an easy life, but we are guaranteed that he's going to be with us the entire way. So hopefully today that you're able to take something off of these lessons from Steve Jobs. You're able to apply something of them to your life, and you're able to enjoy life a little bit more. So I hope that you appreciate some of these things that have come into you today, whether you're listening today going into the Labor Day weekend, or you're listening on Monday in the podcast version starting off your week. I hope and pray for you today that you're able to live life, a better life. A few lessons from Steve Jobs, one of the greatest creative men out there, and gone too soon from our earth. So thanks so much for joining me this morning, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you again here next week. Have a good one.